In America, all you hear about is baby showers, gender reveals, and stuff like that. You don't really see weddings. You don't really see weddings. Like, what you mean you don't have ranch? Condiments, they ain't got it. They don't have it. They eat their food raw, and like, I don't know. This is what it's been like for me living in a Kurdish household. Disclaimer, or PS, I don't know. I have been actively learning Turkish. I'm not about to just be over here oblivious and not trying to learn nothing. I want to learn the culture, the ways of living, the language. Like, I'm open to learning all these things. But when I came here, I'm like kindergarten beginner with the language. So I don't be knowing what's going on. And so that's for starters. I am living in a household where mainly everyone speaks Turkish. Okay, so yeah, everyone here for the most part speaks Turkish. Obviously my boyfriend speaks English, but he has a sister and she speaks a little English, but I speak in slang most of the time, so we still have that barrier, but we're able to talk without a translator. So that's like saving my life. She's saving my life in his house right now. Everybody else Turkish. The rest of his family, mainly everybody speaks Turkish. And that is interesting because I never really know what's going on. Like, I never really understand the context of the conversation, the vibe of the room. Like, I can never read the room. Like, I never know what's going on. And it doesn't make me feel better when, like, they're all like laughing and things like that, and then I hear my name because I'm obviously confused, and I'll hear my name and they're laughing and I'm like, wait, what are y'all talking about? Yeah, it's like kind of funny sometimes, but all jokes aside, when I first got here, that made me very overwhelmed. For the first 2 weeks, not understanding anything and then actively trying to learn the language, it's kind of discouraging and very frustrating because I'm such a beginner and they're speaking like, in their native tongue. And it's just like, it reminds you that you have so much left to go with Turkish, with learning it. And they'll of course comfort me and tell me like, take it slow. Like, learning a new language is like a very long-term process, but it's hard to want to take it slow and accept taking it slow when everybody else is talking so fast around you. Like, it makes me want to know what they're saying right now. Like, it makes me want to, like, I don't know. Like, I just wish I could just snap and know the language. Like, it was overwhelming for me. And I don't really consider myself an emotional person, but that was tested a lot, and that's been tested consistently since I've been here. Like, for example, you're in the house with everyone who doesn't speak your language. You're trying to talk to them. It may not make sense. Like, it just kind of is frustrating for one. And then imagine my boyfriend and I, yes, he speaks English, but we still have a language barrier ourselves. Like, he speaks fluent English. He wouldn't say he speaks fluent, but I think so because we're able to, for the most part, communicate very well. But there are some times where we have disagreements, and with him not knowing every English word to explain properly without being harsh or whatever, sometimes my feelings get hurt, or sometimes we just don't see eye to eye, or the communication is not like as smooth as it would be if I was talking to somebody who speaks English. So that took a toll on me, because imagine nobody here understanding you in general, and then you're trying to talk to your man and he not understanding what you're trying to say, or he's taking it the wrong way because of my verbiage, him not understanding me and nobody else understanding me, and then me being all the way across the world and not. It got to me, and I would cry. Like, I've probably cried like 4 times since I've been here, and other than being here, I probably cried 4 times out of the whole year. So me crying 4 times in less than a month is like really crazy. And most of the times it's not just because I'm sad or anything. It's been because of happy emotions as well. But just speaking on the overwhelm, it's mainly coming from not being understood, not being able to talk, whatever. So moving on from that. So one thing that was very different for me, which I love so much, is the fact that family is top priority for people in their lives. Like, family is so important here, and that was not a thing for me in my life. I never grew up close with my family. My family was dysfunctional. There was no structure, no culture, no love for real. It just was just, like, whatever. But here, family is in your daily life. Like, well, I don't know how it is for you specifically, but for me, I'm speaking for like my people. Like, in my family, you only see your cousins, your aunties, sister, brother, cousin, everybody. You only see like everybody on like Thanksgiving, when we used to have family reunions, because we don't even be having family reunions no more. Like, you only see majority of your family when there's like a major event going on. But here, they're seeing their families, their cousins, their aunties, their second cousins, everybody like on a daily basis. Like, you know how you cook food for your immediate family, like your mom, your dad, your sister, whatever, like just your specific family unit. They have their brothers, their wives, their kids, like everybody eating dinner together or lunch or whatever, just going over each other's houses consistently. Like, everybody is always connected consistently. And I think that's so beautiful, because it doesn't take a big life changing thing like a funeral or a wedding or whatever to come together. They're just naturally coming together just because. And it's just like, that's so nice. Like, oh, that was also overwhelming for me too. A lot of things were overwhelming me, but the family aspect of it all was overwhelming for me in the beginning. It was overwhelming for me at first to be around his family so consistently, because when I got here, of course I'm meeting everyone. I met like a lot of people at the same time, and it was nice because everybody is so sweet and nice and loving, but at the same time it's like like I don't know, like it's just I don't know. I guess part of it was like the way I'm thinking, like, how are they perceiving me? Like, I'm a foreigner. I'm black, obviously. I have all these tattoos, visible, they're religious people. So I was kind of concerned and thinking about how they were perceiving me. Like, are they judging me? Like, are they just like playing a role? Like, my mind was filled with a lot of thoughts that may have not been the best, but at the same time I had to realize that everybody's not out to get me. Everybody is not looking to judge or find something wrong with me. I accept myself. I'm a nice person. There's no reason why there can't be more people like me. Like, I mean, I guess I was just going off of what I've experienced in my life so far, but I had to quickly realize that I can't bring my past experiences with people here to this new environment, this new life that I'm living. So I quickly let those thoughts go, but still at the same time, letting all of the thoughts of judgment go, it was still very overwhelming to consistently be around the family so much, because like I said, everybody's always together. And when I was in America, I'm always by myself. I was always alone. Never really spent that much time with my family at all. If I did, it was just my mother or my brother. That's it. So it went from me being alone to me being around like a lot of people consistently at the same time. So I've gotten used to that now. I accept that, this is normal. Like, this is normal. It's nice. It's beautiful. And, I just had to understand that, you just got to get used to this. Even still, with everyone consistently being around and over the house, I naturally like my solitude, and I have to consistently ask him if I'm being rude because sometimes I lock myself in the room. But it's not because I'm running away from them, or it's not because I don't want to be around, but most of the time it's just because I really like my solitude and I like to be in my own energy space. And also I be studying, I be reading my books, I be just zoning out, journaling. I just be still like continuously grounding myself, just how I was in America. Like I'm still on my routine for myself, and that takes solitude. So a lot of the times I still am very like closed off, and I have to sometimes tell myself like, okay, Maya, you can study out there with them, you can go talk to them while you're studying, like, you know, like I'm breaking out of my solitude but still respecting it at the same time. But okay, moving forward to the next topic. The food and the way they eat in this house is completely different from what you would see in a black household, you know, cooked from your mama, your auntie, whatever. The food here is fresh. I never see any processed food. You know how you can get your frozen whatever. The only thing frozen is meat that you're going to end up cooking later. But there's no snack cabinet. There's no like, you know, just trash food. Like there's no junk food. That's what I'm trying to say here. There is junk food here obviously available in the store, but they don't eat it. Like, thank God, because I don't eat that stuff either. But it was just nice to see. There's always fresh food. They're always the house is always filled with fresh fruits and vegetables, and I really love that. The meals that they make, they're not using like Velveeta cheese. They're not using like all of these like processed foods that we would use in our, you know, Sunday dinners. Like if they're making some type of like pasta sauce, they're using the tomatoes and like stirring them up and making the sauce just with the raw tomatoes. Like when it comes to salads, they're not drenching their salads in dressing. Like I don't even see dressing here. Like they're just using like olive oils or like salts or like little light seasonings or whatever, but it's never like ranch dressing, balsamic like they don't do that here, and I love that because it was different for me at first, don't get me wrong, because I do like my ranch. Because when I first got here and there was vegetables and stuff, like, and I was trying to make my salad, and I was like, okay, where the ranch? And he was like, ranch? Like my boyfriend, he was like, they don't have ranch. And at every place, even outside of the home, like, you know, like the little fast food spots, like, first of all, even the fast food spots are healthy. They don't really have American chain restaurants, but even the fast food spots are healthy. But anyway, when I be out in public, like at a restaurant or a little fast place, and I'm asking like, okay, do y'all got like some sauce? They ain't got sauce. They don't have sauce like how you can ask for like hot sauce, ranch, like condiments. They ain't got it. They don't have it. They eat their food raw, and like, I don't know. It was a shock to me because, like, what you mean you don't have ranch? Like, I get like everything else, like maybe not hot sauce because whatever, but y'all ain't got no ranch, like. But yeah, it was nice to make that switch off of the extra condiments and stuff like that, because I like to eat clean anyway, and I like how that's being emphasized here, because it's making me go back to eating cleaner. Because I know that when I was in America, I had my vegetarian phase on and off, and then when I was off, I was still trying to eat clean, but it was hard because everything around me is so like fast, processed, heavy, you know, full of all these salts and seasonings and all this stuff like that. But here, my natural desire to eat clean is being emphasized because everybody else around me is eating clean too. So I really love that, because like, I never had that before. Everybody around me is eating hot wings and big salmon, big steak. Like, nobody's doing that here. So it just makes me feel like happier. It's easier to eat clean, and that's what I've always wanted. So yeah. Another thing that was interesting is that they don't really do leftovers. Like, you know, when you cook some good food, like, you kind of make enough sometimes just to have leftovers to eat it again later. They don't do that here. If they have leftovers, it's because like it's on accident. They don't purposely like make a lot for leftovers for the most part. Whatever they make for the moment, like at breakfast, we're eating it all at breakfast. For lunch, we're eating it all at lunch. For dinner, we're eating it all at dinner, and that's it. Like cleaning our plates, and like if you want it again, you're gonna have to make it again, type of thing. There's no leftovers here, and it's like, okay. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some good leftovers, and I feel like it tastes so much better sometimes when you're able to, like, warm another plate back up. But at the same time, I accepted it because, like, it just makes you really enjoy the food that you got right now. Like, it's like, okay, I gotta have my time because I gotta enjoy it right now because it's gonna be gone. I don't know when I'm gonna eat it again. But yeah, the food quality here is amazing. I've been eating so much more clean. I haven't had really many processed foods, and like a lot of my cravings have went away from like sugars and things like that. Yeah. Excuse the noise in the back. I'm gonna try to cancel it out. I'm by a window and people outside doing what they do. Love, weddings, engagements. That's the norm here. And I mean that is kind of like a duh because I'm in Turkey, like that's just normal over here. But if you're from America, you know that like weddings and engagements and that's not a thing. Like that's not normal. It's actually rare. Like I myself have not been to a wedding before I came here. Like before I came here, I have not been to a wedding since I was probably like 7 years old. Dead serious. Like I not been invited to a wedding, haven't heard about no wedding in the family, haven't heard about no wedding in the family's friends. Like I have not heard about that. In America, all you hear about is baby showers, gender reveals, and stuff like that. You don't really see weddings. You don't really see weddings. Well, if you do, that's good for you, babe. But I don't see it. And even before coming here, me and my friends would talk about it like, wow, like where's the rings? Like, where's the unity? Where's the love? The real, you know. And so coming here and seeing that love is emphasized and praised and expected, it's just really refreshing to see because I'm a lover girl. I've always seen love and unity and marriage eventually in my life. And so for it to be so normal here and me being able to constantly see that, I'm very grateful to experience it. Mini intermission, but back to weddings and engagements, they emphasize the when you get engaged and married, like they emphasize it. And it's like a really big thing, and actually everybody comes out for you. Like, okay, for example, when people get engaged here, they have an engagement ceremony. Like it's not just like, the man proposes to the woman and then like they announce to everybody they're getting married. Like when people engage here, they have an engagement ceremony and the whole family come out for that. And then what I've seen, I don't know if this is for every single family or person, so don't like quote me on this, but I'm just saying what I've seen. Um, when I got here, his big brother was getting married, and the bride's family lived in another part of Turkey. So we all flew out for, I guess it was a pre-wedding. Like this wasn't even the regular wedding. It was a pre-wedding. So I'm pretty sure they had their engagement ceremony. Then they had a pre-wedding for the bride's family. And then like a couple days later, which was like 2 days ago, we had a real wedding. So it's not just like a little wedding, a little engagement. Like it's a big thing. And what's also beautiful about it is that the whole family comes out for you. Like it's not just like, oh, like, your cousins and whatever. It's literally everybody. Like I can't emphasize how many people that were at these pre-weddings and weddings. Like at the wedding that they just had, like the real wedding, there was probably like, it looked like 1,000 people off in the building if you ask me. Like I don't know if I know numbers right, but it looks like 1,000 people roughly in the building. And I just think it's so beautiful to see people showing up for each other in something as beautiful as a marriage, like, you know. But moving on from that, it's just everything here has been a refreshing wake up call. Like, it's just being able to see different ways of living, the different values that the people have. It's just like, yes, like it's so nice to experience something different from where you were raised up. It's different. It's nice to see like I said, the different values. And I don't know. Well, I do know, but my mind's just kind of all over the place right now. Oh, one more thing that I just thought about is like the respect that they hold for not just elders. Like, they don't have to be elders, but people who are older than them. Like, they have a lot of respect for the people in their family. Like, say if I was laying down, not laying down, but like say I'm on the couch and I just got my legs crossed. My camera keep falling. It's not on a stable ground. But anyway, imagine like I'm just like chilling on the couch. Maybe my legs are crossed, whatever. I'm just comfortable. But when like say his mother or his father or his uncle or whoever else walks in, it's kind of rude to just sit there like comfortable like this. He taught me that like I have to fix myself, like uncross my legs, like, you know, not just tension straight. Like, you don't gotta do all that, but like, you know, just uncross your legs and like fix your posture, like, you know, and that's showing respect for that person. I didn't know that because, I mean, obviously that's just not a thing where I'm from, but like I thought it was crazy how like, I don't know, like the things that I'm learning that are like so basic, I just don't know. Like, it kind of makes sense and it kind of is nice to show some type of respect for the person when they walk in the room, like, you know what I mean? But like, I wouldn't know that. There's also another thing that we do to like show love or respect. They do a thing where like when you're addressing them, not addressing them, but leaving them or approaching them, like you kiss the back of their hand and then put it on your forehead. And then we also like do the little kisses on each cheek. I don't know, I think that's really cute. I also don't know when the appropriate time is to like do that. I'll have to ask him for clarity. But yeah, I'm still learning a lot, but I'm gonna share with y'all as much as I can remember. This is very different, but I'm happy and I'm proud of myself for being able to get accustomed and adapt to this new environment, this new life, the way I have been so far. Yeah. I'll see y'all in another video. Bye bye.